The section of old Fraser Canyon Highway, or possibly even the location for the Caribou Wagon Road we're looking at, runs alongside the China Bart Tunnel. The tunnel is 3 kilometers north of Hell's Gate along Highway 1, otherwise known as the Trans-Canada Highway. It was completed in 1961. That means this road was in use until 1961. The tunnel is around 610 meters long, so this section of highway is probably pretty much the same length. I've found a couple of good stretches of old highway next to the 7 tunnels built in the Fraser Canyon. Generally speaking, the old roads went around obstacles, the newer ones go through them. That's good news for old roads because rather than be covered over, they're mostly intact, forgotten for decades. You can see it's quite a drop. It's quite a drop down to the Fraser River, maybe 200-300 feet lower. And the road's in pretty decent condition. It's mostly all there. Some of the sections that run along the riverside, the canyon side, the sections that may have been built out with rock walls, concrete walls, or even wooden timbers to extend the length and the width of the road, you can see remnants of them. Right here, we're seeing possibly some rocks that were used to hold the road surface in place. There's one timber that's poking out of the side of those rocks. I don't know for sure, but I'm speculating that it was used to place more timber on to widen the road surface. Unfortunately, when this stuff falls apart, it falls down that cliff face and maybe makes it all the way to the river. Must be 300 feet down there. This is all a man-made bank. You can see a little bit of it there. Boulders are coming down. This is a pretty bad area for slides. Must have been treacherous when it was actually in use. And over here, the engineers built the road out as far as they could. But right here, this part of the road is collapsed. And ended up down there in the river. But before it collapsed, it looks like part of the structure was actually resting on wooden beams to keep the width of the road consistent. Not much left of them now. Dry rot. The elements. Some look good. Some are just rotten. So here they are. And back this way. You can see the collapsed section of road clearly.
Okay, so just off to the side here, you can see there's some type of steel culvert pipe. Not sure exactly what the purpose of that was. Trying to drain away the water. Over here. It was under. Just below the road, just below the current highway and just below the old highway, I can see things like this old telegraph pole or whatever it was. And I wonder if that was an access road for that pole and the rest of the poles. So I can see it kind of continues through here. Or if it was part of the old road. You can see another pole in there. And this is all right below the second road. And the tunnel is in there.
This is the north side of the China Bart Tunnel. It's the most northern tunnel in the series of tunnels through the Fraser Canyon. In a moment, we'll just go up to the right of the tunnel. Here we are. So this section of old road pretty much runs the length of the tunnel on its west side, on the west bank. Well, actually the east bank of the Fraser, but the west side of the tunnel. It's a good place to check out the old roads because there's a space there to pull over. It's big enough to pull over.
So just below all this stuff, there's that pole again. And it does look like it's on a section of old road.
That's the south end of the China Bart Tunnel.
That must be part of the old road. Right there. The old one, the wagon road.